At second, Diego Rivera at first. Oscar Rodriguez is the catcher, and Alejandro Torres is the pitcher. No balls, one strike, one out. Misses in with the fastball. And right now, our speed gun is not working out in right center field, but that was a fastball. Here's the 1-1 from Torres. Misses low, 2-1.
A different approach by Japan, just kind of waiting out the pitcher. When we saw Texas getting extra aggressive on the outset of this first inning.
The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Kunitake, the shortstop, bats from the left side. Where's number 4? Ready to face his 2-2 pitch from Torres. Gets away from the catcher. And Rodriguez. Just a touch of a breeze blowing in here at Rent 1 as we are just a couple minutes past 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Here's the 3-2. Fouled off at the plate.
It's been a long day for both of us.
It has been. Kunitake stays alive.
You had your radio show this morning.
Bright and early. That alarm went off at 4:15.
While you were doing your radio show, I was showing my ugly mug on the TV.
Yeah. What time you have to get up?
Usually about 1. Get in like about 3.
Yeehaw. 3-2 pitch inside, and the walk is Kunitake is going to be the first base runner for Saga Japan. And that's going to bring up the right fielder, Kento Ishibashi. Kento wears number 2. Kento from Midori in Japan. I hope I have that right. He hits from the right side with the runner at first in Kunitake. The pitch squares to bunt. Right back to the pitcher. Torres fields, throws to first. And the fielder's choice, the sacrifice, executed perfectly by Ishibashi as he advances the runner. Went 1-3 on the putout for out number 2. But now Kunitake is in scoring position, and it's going to bring up the number 4 batter, Hibiki Ashia.
There's a big hole up the middle. If he can get a hold of one.
They're giving him the left field line. They're giving him right center, and he takes the first pitch for a strike as Ashia bats from the left side. Toes on the inside portion of the batter's box, right on the paint. And if it was a dirt field, it would be on the chalk.
Pretty even stance, maybe slightly open.
The 1-strike pitch. Oh, they had him picked off at second. A spin move by Torres on the mound. On the cutting shortstop, Garza was there to pick off Kunitake at second base. And that is the 3rd out of the inning.
Imagine new beginnings. Imagine discovering new ways to feed the world. And imagine telling stories that need to be heard. Imagine fighting for social justice. And imagine traditions that bring us together. Imagine unique environments. And imagine going from the classroom to the boardroom. Southern Illinois University Carbondale. Imagine the possibilities. Imagine.
Manager Yutaka Furusawa just having a word with Hibiki Ashiya, the man who leads off this inning. Just maybe telling him, just think of another approach, or...
Ashiya, the left fielder, wears number 7, bats from the left side. Saga Japan went down 1, 2, 3 in the top or the bottom of the first. They bat here in the bottom of the second in a swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. On deck, Aaron Nagao, the catcher. Pop fly, left side. Coming over. San Miguel gives it a look, but no play as it hits in the first row, right above the dugout to our left, which is the dugout for Harlingen, Texas.
Hibiki Ashiya was at the plate in the first inning when Kyuma Kunitake, who trailed a little bit too far off second, got picked off to end the first inning. So Hibiki Ashiya will continue this at bat, of course, now with an 0-2 count.
Torres looks in, takes his time. Here's the pitch. Curveball, hammered foul. Saga Japan is in northern Kyushu, Japan.
And we say good morning to all the Japanese fans watching. 14 hours ahead.
It's just after 6 a.m. there. One hopper to third. San Miguel's throw offline, but the first baseman, Rivera, did a nice job. Caught the ball first, tagged the runner as he was running by, and that's out number 1 in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, those San Miguel had enough time to make the throw. The throw took Rivera off the bag just slightly, but Rivera and the ball were able to stay around the same spot, and that's where they met Ashiya in the base path.
Aaron Nagao, the batter, the catcher, hits from the right side, hits this one towards center. Floating over and making the catch is Bonda Jr. for out number 2, 2 up, 2 down for Japan. And that's going to bring up Chihiro Tanaka. Chihiro wears number 5, playing second base here this afternoon. Bats from the right side, takes the first pitch low for ball 1. As Torres looks in, gets his sign, the pitch, fastball, 83 mile an hour from Alejandro Torres.
Looks like our radar gun's back on.
Another fastball, throws it right by him, 85 on that pitch.
Yeah, Tanaka not even getting out of the box. He's just ready to take those pitches.
1-2, 2 down, nobody on. Bottom of the second, curveball, strike 3. Set him up with the fastball, threw the old Uncle Charlie at him, and 3 up, 3 down as we head now toward the top of the third inning. Daniel's going to have the play-by-play as Harlingen, Texas comes to bat. They lead it 1-0 here at the Colt World Series.
as Japan will be on defense and on the mound. Danny Valle here with Dave McKenzie, bringing you the action from the Colt World Series here in Marion, Illinois, now the home to the Colt World Series through 2027.
New pitcher for Japan, Yuya Sakamoto, comes in on relief of Hikaru Yatsu.
So Yatsu only allowing the run. His command was struggling. So the first pitch from Yuya Sakamoto is a strike.
Yatsu, to wrap up his line, he went 2 innings, gave up 4 hits, walked 1, struck out 1, allowed 1 run, and it was an earned run.
Second pitch from Sakamoto is a ball. Evens the count at 1 against Diego Rivera, not the painter.
The first baseman.
A fan of the Houston Astros and Kyle Tucker. Here's a ground ball over to third. Oki gets it on the hop, throws across to Henta Kashiwagi, who's there to make the grab. 1 away here in the third.
Sadaoki had to wait on that. It was a high chopper that he had to wait to come down before he could get the throw off, but a strong throw, and gets Rivera by a step at first.
And that'll bring up Oscar Rodriguez. He's from Texas, of course, from Brownsville is where he calls home. His favorite team, however, you're going to like this, Dave, the St. Louis Cardinals.
Ah, yes. Smart man.
He likes the smart guy, Yadi Molina. As that pitch, breaking ball misses inside. 1-0 on Rodriguez, the catcher. 16 years old, a junior at Veterans Memorial. And that ball misses, 2-0.
Whenever we mention Yachty, we can say future Hall of Famer Yachty.
You know, I've been doing that for 2-3 years, and this is me as a Cubs fan. And that ball outside, 3-0. I mean, you got to just admit greatness.
Got to give it. Got to give it. Yeah. Ernie Banks.
Hey.
So you got to give it to Ernie.
That's right.
Ryan Sandberg. I was a Bull Durham fan.
I love Bull Durham.
The movie and the player.
And maybe the team, too. Why not? 3-1, and that pitch got over.
And the team, yeah.
So many good baseball flicks in the 80s.
Yes.
Major League, Field of Dreams, Mr. Baseball. A lot of people
Good
don't know
movie.
about Mr.
Good
Baseball.
movie. Jim Belushi in that one, right?
There's a ground ball to third. There's Oki. Another chance for him for a putout. Makes it.
Back-to-back
5-3.
putouts at third for Oki.
And to answer your question, Tom Selleck, I believe, was Mr. Baseball.
What was the Jim Belushi movie? Baseball movie. Oh, my gosh. Here we go.
I'll have to use the magic box probably to answer that
Hey,
question.
Google.
Number 99, Omar Banda, the center fielder, will come up. Banda, his second at bat. He struck out in the first inning to end the inning. And Banda offers at the first pitch and fouls it straight back.
Mr. Destiny.
I've never seen that.
Good flick.
With John Belushi?
Jim.
Jim, okay.
Jim, not John.
SIU alum Jim Belushi.
Yes.
SIU Carbondale, just 15 minutes west of Marion. That pitch is in there for a strike on Banda. 0-2 after he fouled off his first pitch. After him, it'll be the right fielder Hector Arellano should Banda reach. 1-0 Texas. Here in the top of the third. That ball outside. Japan still looking for its first hit. They'll have another chance in the bottom half of the third. And another pitcher for Japan warming up in the right field bullpen. Infielders all the way back. Minus third. They're playing just behind the bag. Here's a swing and a miss from Banda, but the ball gets away, and Banda's going to have himself a trip to first, as that'll go as a strikeout, but it'll also be a passed ball. So Banda will get on, even though he struck out for the second time today. And that'll bring up Hector Arellano. You know, it's one of those rare things in Major League Baseball where you'll see 4 strikeouts in an inning. It can happen. It's happened a few times,
yes,
actually.
It has. Ball just got under Nagao as it was in the dirt. Just didn't field it cleanly.
First pitch, Arellano swings and misses. Strike 1.
Sakamoto has a good off-speed pitch as well. Little changeup.
Arellano grounded to second in the last inning as that ball is outside. Arellano playing right field, wearing the number 3, batting from the left side. Runner at first is Banda, who got on a pass ball after he struck out. This next pitch misses on Arellano. It's 2-1. 2 outs. Wind blowing a little bit more in. Outfielders playing deep. Here's the ground ball to first. Nice play by Henta Kashiwagi. That ball took him right to first base. He touched the bag. And that ends the inning. So one man gets on via a strikeout. Doesn't matter. Arellano grounds out to first to end the inning. We'll go to the bottom half of the third. It's Texas 1, Japan nothing. Here from Rent One Park in Marion, home of the Colt 2022 World Series. Back at Rent One Park, and what a nice play to end the inning by Henta Kashiwagi over at first. And Kashiwagi will lead off the bottom half of the third for Team Japan, still looking for its first hit and its first run.
Kashiwagi charged hard up the line. That ball was right on the chalk, and he slid on his knees, fielded it right in front of the bag, and then was able to step back and get the out. Now, one thing that's kind of changed here in the last couple of minutes is the fact that the sun has popped out from behind the clouds, and it's really could create some issues. We've seen it yesterday afternoon. Right fielder, center fielder could be dealing with some sun issues. Players on the right side.
First pitch to Kashiwagi was a ball. He offered at the second one, hacked at it, and that is a strike. So 1-1 the count on the first baseman for Japan. Traveled all the way from Saga. That ball misses outside, 2-1.
Breeze picks up just a little bit, blowing straight in from center.
Pitch on the way, and Kashiwagi smacks it to the right side, foul. Winner of this game will move on to play Southern Illinois in the 5 o'clock game tomorrow afternoon. The loser of this game will play Covina tomorrow morning, first thing. Kashiwagi waits for the pitch from Torres, and he fouls it off. Staying alive here. Kashiwagi crowding the plate. Now umpire calls time.
Nobody got the ball. That was fouled off. So Rodriguez goes back and picks it up. He'll hand it to home plate umpire. And now everybody's set.
Next pitch. Grounded to second. It's Garcia moving to his right. Throws to his left, and he got him. Bang, bang play. Good job by Garcia. Over to Rivera, and if you're Kashiwagi, not much you can do there. Good hustle by him, but fabulous range shown over at second from Garcia.
Got him by about a half a step as Kashiwagi was flying up that first base line.
First pitch to the designated hitter, Yuma Fujibayashi, is outside for a ball. Fujibayashi, number 12, batting from the right side. Here's Torres firing away, misses badly. Outside, 2-0. Second of 3 games today we have for you here on our YouTube stream. Thank you for joining us, by the way.
Coming up at 6 o'clock, it's going to be our champions game. That'll be our youth from Special Olympics, and they'll be on the field with all the players.
2-0 from Torres, up and out, 3-0.
That's quite an event and something to witness, and hope you make it out here to Rent One Park for that.
And Fujibayashi takes all the way. It's a strike. Still ahead in the count, 3-1. Middle infielders playing back, first base playing back. And that one misses, ball 4. So that'll put Fujibayashi on with Haruto Kashiwazaki, the center fielder.
And that's going to be the first base runner for Saga Japan since Kunitake reached on a walk, the second hitter of the game.
And he was picked off to end the first inning. He made it to second on the sac bunt.
Mexico had retired 5 in a row. Or excuse me, Texas had retired 5 in a row.
Haruto Kashiwazaki awaiting the first offering, and he'll keep waiting as Torres moves toward first, makes the throw over. Kashiwazaki playing center field, wearing number 14 from the left-handed batter's box. Has a wiggle on his bat. Takes a pitch outside. 1-0.
See the center fielder, Banda Jr., shielding his eyes out there.
He just caught that, too. Sun becoming a factor as Kashiwazaki takes one for a strike. Kashiwazaki moving his hands as Torres again pick off move to first. Runner's back. Torres does have the one pickoff today. He's going to keep it in his arsenal. Torres coming home, and that's a strike.
Nice pitch, 84 on the gun, an 84-mile-an-hour fastball. Caught that outside corner.
Kashiwazaki, bat resting on the shoulders until the pitcher is set. Now he has the bat in front of him. Winding around. And there's the pitch coming. Comes to the plate. And the runner, Fujibayashi, looked like he made it, but he looked like he got off the base. And so Fujibayashi is out on the caught stealing.
Julie, I think what happened, he was caught in between whether to slide or he had the speed. He got there standing up, but he overran the base and his foot came off the bag. They held the ball to him, and they gunned him down for the second out here in this third inning.
So the momentum slightly took him off the bag, but that allowed Texas just enough room to make the tag. And so that's the second out of the inning, and once again, Japan making a critical out at second base. This time on the caught stealing. In the first inning, they were picked off at second.
Danny, I'm thinking back to when they were here in 2018. And
that's ball 4.
They're just a very solid fundamental team. But what hurt them was when they did made a mistake, it was a critical mistake back in 2018. And here you're trying to get a runner in scoring position. His foot comes off the bag by 4 inches and he gets tagged out. I mean, little things can be big things in a game.
Sota Oki, the third baseman for Japan, comes up to the dish, takes a pitch for a ball. Oki grounded out to second, back in the first. There's a shot right to first base, past first base, Diego Rivera. It's going to get near to the wall. Running around second is Kajiwazaki, and he's going to go to third. And Oki will stay at second with a double. So Kajiwazaki thought about making the turn to home, but the third base coach over there told him, just stay put here.
I got to tell you, I don't think that Rivera at first saw that ball. With the sun in his eyes, it was no more than about 2 feet off the ground, and it just whipped right by him. It's like he heard the sound of the ball going by, and then he tried to catch it, and it was already down the line and right. That ball was just smoked up that right field line.
Kyuma Kunitake takes a ball, 1-0, and when that line drive's coming at you, when you're at first base standing over there, in your line of sight is the fans. You got the concrete. Some of the seats could have the glare off of them. So there's some factors there when you're playing first base. As Kunitake takes a strike, 1-1.
You can see that Harlingen, Texas has the wheel on is with just 2 outs. And at the plate, you just saw Kunitake square to bunt. They're charging hard from third. They don't want to allow a run to score, so they're in on the left side of the field defensively. Garcia's deep at second, and he's pulled toward the line and right. Kunitake hits from the left side.
The 1-1 pitch on the way from Torres, and it misses out. And they tried to get the pickoff over at third. They try to get Kajiwazaki snapping over there, but he makes it back in time.
Carlos Garza came in from his shortstop position in behind the runner, tried to catch the runner napping over there.
And there's a flare into left center field. That's a base hit. 1 run's going to score for Japan. Here comes the go-ahead run. He's safe just ahead of the tag. 2-run single from Kyuma Kunitake.
Just a little line drive lifted out toward left center field. The runners with 2 outs were on the run. And they score from third, they score from second, and that quickly, Japan now has the 2-1 lead over Harlingen, Texas.
So Kajiwazaki coming around to score, Oki coming around to score, Kyuma Kunitake, after the walk and getting picked off, makes it up with that 2-run single. And Japan now up 2-0 here in the home half of the third. Pitch from Torres, big swing from Kento Ishibashi. And he swings through it for a strike. Kento Ishibashi named the Colt League World Series second fastest runner behind Germany's Darian Richards. 0-1 pitch on the way to Ishibashi, and that's a strike.
Beautiful curve from Torres. The right-hander keeps the batters off balance.
Pitch from Torres, nearly checked up, didn't check. And that was outside, 1-2. Looked like Ishibashi wanted to commit there. Thought better of it. Ishibashi close to the plate. Even stance. Pitch from Torres. Ball gets away. And Kunitake ends up at second. Makes the turn, but he'll go back. And so a wild pitch gives Japan another runner in scoring position and another chance to add to the lead. 2-1 Japan if you're just joining us. 1 run for Texas on 4 hits, no errors. 2 runs, 2 hits for Japan, no errors. 2-2 count with 2 outs. Pitch on the way, and it nearly hits him. And that gets away from the catcher, so Kyuma Kunitake will be at third. And Ishibashi will face a full count.
I'm not sure how Ishibashi wound up getting out of the way of that. It was so far inside. But he was able to jump back, and it just missed him, gets away from the catcher.
We've seen some near hit by pitch misses in this series, kind of like that variety that just got him off the plate. In on the hands, ground ball to short. Garza gobbles it up, throws to first. Got him! What a play on Garza and Rivera on both ends. And they get Ishibashi to end the inning and close the damage. And Japan gets the bats to wake up here in the bottom of the third. They get two. It's 2-1 as we head to the fourth inning. This is the Colt World Series at Rent One Park in Marion. Derek Garcia, the second baseman for Harlingen, Texas, will lead things off. Japan getting 2 runs in the third, taking the lead 2-1 here in the top of the fourth inning. The second of 3 games we'll have for you this evening. Last one will be Marion, the defending champion, the host team. They'll be the home team against Greensboro Green later tonight at 8 o'clock following the Champions League game. And last warm-up pitch toss to Garcia. We'll head to the box. Mr. Garcia's favorite baseball player, Ronald Acuna Jr. He's also a Yankees fan. Don't know how that works. Doesn't have to work, though. You like what you like.
That's a good ball game. 2-1. Japan just took the lead.
First pitch to Garcia from Yuya Sakamoto, who's still in the game. That's a strike to Garcia, the second baseman for Harlingen. Pitch from Sakamoto inside, misses. 1-1. Garcia, his other favorite players in sports, MJ, Kobe, and Muhammad Ali.
Those are 3 good ones.
All-star selections right there. All-time great athletes. Fouls it away, 1-2. He likes lasagna.
Did you have the lasagna?
I had the baked spaghetti.
Yeah.
And whatever was left of the breadsticks. Those breadsticks are always a big hit. Thanks, Fazoli's.
We appreciate the food here, though.
Yes, absolutely. Chopper back up the middle, and it's Sakamoto will make the grab and throw to first for the out. 1-3 goes Derek Garcia.
Sakamoto timed his jump just perfectly. Ball hit it right in the palm of the glove. He's able to flip it underhand to first for the first out.
Now batting for Harlingen, Texas.
And now here comes Armando San Miguel, the third baseman who walked back in the second and was forced out on a fielder's choice to end that inning. And San Miguel taking one warm-up swing, now steps to the dish. Both feet pretty close together, crowding the plate just slightly. Sakamoto's first pitch, and there's a fly ball in the center field. Playable, though, for Kashiwazaki, and he makes the grab with one hand in the basket catch. 2 down.
Kashiwazaki had him played perfectly in center, only had to come in just a few feet to make the catch. But 2 up and 2 down for Texas here in this third inning.
Axel Tijerina swings and misses at the first pitch from Sakamoto. 0-1.
Fourth inning, not third.
Or fourth inning, excuse me. Tijerina waits for the pitch. Swing and miss. 0-2. So Japan on the verge of a 1-2-3 inning.
An off-speed pitch at 62 miles an hour.
Let's see if he goes back to that breaking ball or if he goes with the heater. Tijerina waits. Sakamoto throws. Inside. Went with the heater.
And didn't miss by much. 76 on that fastball on the inside. It missed inside.
Second baseman Tanaka playing at the edge of the grass. And so is shortstop Kiyuma Kunitake. Pitch on the way. It's in the turf. Evens the count at 2. Back to the top of the lineup if Tijerina reaches. It'll be Alejandro Torres, the starting pitcher for Harlingen, Texas. Sakamoto sets, fires. There's a ground ball to short. Kunitake gobbles it up, throws to first for the out. 1-2-3, go Harlingen, Texas. And after 3.5, it's Japan 2, Texas 1. You're listening to the Colt World Series from Marion, Illinois. Back at Rent One Park in Marion, Illinois, site of the 2022 Colt World Series. Bottom of the fourth inning, Japan leads 2-1 after that 2-run third inning.
They'll play tomorrow.
And they'll play whoever loses tonight's game between Marion and Greensboro. Hibiki Hishia, the left fielder, comes in, faces Torres, takes a strike on the outside part of the plate. Hishia grounded to third in the second. Down 0-1 in the count, swing and a miss. Big cut by Hishia, and a good pitch by Torres, 83 on the gun. And they're not wasting any time exchanging signs. Here's their very next pitch from Torres, and there's a fly ball in the center field. Banda calling everyone off, makes the play. F8 in the scorebook for Hibiki Hishia, 1 out.
Just flipping the wrist of the bat by Hishia, and he pops out to center field.
And now it's Aaron Nagao, the catcher. He flied out to center back in the second. Torres kicks and delivers. Strike outside part of the plate.
That was an 84-mile-an-hour fastball from Torres.
Torres looking to stay outside and make good pitches. That one got some help from Nagao as he swung through that breaking ball at 63 miles an hour. And again, no delay. Torres and Nagao are set. Torres delivers. It's a ball, 1-2.
So far in the game, Torres has thrown 8 first pitch strikes. Here we're in the 4th inning now.
And that helps. When you get ahead of a batter early, you put more pressure on the batter. And you make those first pitch strikes. Always trying to get ahead. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nagao down on strikes. Second out of the inning for Japan.
And as well as he's pitched, that's only the second strikeout for Torres here in this game.
The first of the swinging variety. The only other strikeout he had was of the man at the plate, Chihiro Tanaka, who struck out looking in the second. And now there's going to be a meeting on the mound.
He may be close to his pitch limit.
Yeah, we have someone warming up over in the bullpen for Texas. It's a left-hander. Can't see who it is. And we'll see if this is just kind of telling Torres, get through this last batter, and you're done for the day. If he doesn't get the last batter, I wonder what the chances are we'll see another pitcher in this inning.
Ariel Tiorina, the coach, comes out to talk to his pitcher. He's going to leave him in there, but like you said, you can see the left-hander out in the bullpen working quickly to get loose.
And Japan also has a couple of guys warming in their bullpen, too, a pair of righties. So both teams active in the bullpen. First pitch from Torres to Chihiro Tanaka. There's a ball that gets away from the catcher. The on-deck hitter, Henta Kashiwagi, will take that foul ball and give it to one of his coaches. Or he'll just hold on to it. And that ball misses outside. 2-0 from Torres to Tanaka.
Maybe he's saving that for himself to go get a Culver's coin token.
Next pitch, there's a ground to third. San Miguel moving to his left, makes the throw, a bounce throw, but Rivera with a nice scoop. And that ends the inning. 1-2-3 goes Japan. And we'll head to the top of the 5th. It's Team Japan up 2-1 over Harlingen, Texas. You are listening and watching to the Colt World Series from Marion, Illinois.
Hold the runner Torres on it. At second is shortstop Koga.
And so Kento Ishibashi, who was in right field, he's catching now.
Here's the 1-0. Ooh. Didn't miss by much. Ishibashi framed it for the home plate umpire. He says no.
Kyuma Kunitake, who started the game as short, he's now at second for Japan.
As Kashiwazaki steps off. It's going to be another beautiful night for baseball in Southern Illinois. It's comfortable right now. About 77 degrees, line drive towards center. Ishibashi over to make the catch for the first out here in the top of the 5th inning. Was able to pop that one, but it was right at the center fielder, Ishibashi, for out number 1, and that's going to bring up Diego Rivera. Rivera grounded out twice. To second his first time up, to third his second time up, and he's going to come to the plate. Actually, we may have a pinch hitter.
Yeah, I believe number 9, that's Aiden Douglas, who will come in to pinch hit for Rivera. So the lefty, Douglas, will step to the plate.
Aiden from Brownsville, Texas. He's replacing Diego Rivera. That's here in the 5th inning.
Pitch hitting for Harlingen, Texas. Number 9, Harlingen, Aiden Douglas.
As Kashiwazaki looks in, spins, and fakes the throw to second. The runner there, Torres. Torres doubled his first hit of the game. Kashiwazaki paying a lot of attention now. Koga comes in to talk with his pitcher.
A little bit on Aiden Douglas, Texas Rangers fan of Cody Bellinger and Larry Bird.
Tosh Koga playing right behind the runner at second in Torres. Pitch misses outside. First baseman charges. Nagao charges hard. Also coming in is Sato Oki. As Douglas is showing bunt, they'll charge hard from the corners. Not quite as aggressive defensively as they stayed back toward the bag this time. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. It's a 2-1 ball game. 1 run on 5 hits for Texas. 2 runs on 2 hits for Japan. Torres, the runner at second. Douglas, the batter at the plate, swings and misses. Strike 2.
Nice off-speed pitch, 59 miles an hour. Looked like a slider.
Kashiwazaki, the left-hander, looks in, gets his sign, takes a peek back at Torres at second, steps off, and now resets. Conversation between Nagao and Koga at short. They're paying a lot of attention to Torres, the runner at second. The pitch, wow. Didn't miss by much.
That was close.
That was close. Evens the count at 2-2. Team Mexico in the house just to below us here.
They'll play tomorrow.
Of course, the teams will all be on the field for the Champions game coming up. That's why Team Mexico's in uniform. That takes place at 6 o'clock, immediately following this game. Then, of course, the nightcap will start at 8 o'clock. Full count, 3-2 with 1 out. Torres, the runner at second. Douglas, the batter, chops it toward second. or lines it towards second for the out. Out number 2.
Yeah, he just kind of poked the bat out and just kind of see what he could do with it. Kind of flung the barrel of the bat at the ball, and really didn't have much on it. That allowed second base to make the play.
So now Oscar Rodriguez. Oscar has singled. He's grounded out. He was stranded back in the first. He bats here in the 5th as Harlingen, Texas trails by 1. They need a run. They got a runner in scoring position at second.
Yeah, they started the inning with that double, and since then they haven't been able to get the hit to give him across.
Rodriguez, the runner at second.
And that's a
and
balk.
A balk. Yep.
Umpire called a balk.
Can't make a move once you come set.
And you kind of made this point with the critical mistake. It's from Japan. They've made a couple of mistakes at second. They've been able to counter those mistakes with a 2-run third, but now Texas 90 feet away from making this a whole new ball game.
If the runner doesn't score, then you get away with it. But if he winds up scoring here, that balk is huge. Right down the pipe, but called a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Oscar Rodriguez is the batter, hits from the right side. Where's number 13 playing catcher? Called strike 1, evens it up 1-1.
And that backdoor breaking ball found the outer third of the plate. Good pitch.
Starting to see the breeze pick up out of center field, straight in. And ball's fouled off to our right.
Wow, made it up to the high seats.
Even they deserve a Culver's token. Here, kid, run this down there and get me a token.
There's like 2 young ladies there. I would have been diving for that ball. I want my custard.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch misses low, evens it up 2-2 now. See activity down in the bullpen for Japan. 2 players throwing.
Right now, anything close, protect the plate. A little hit will tie this game.
Kashiwazaki, his pitch is fouled off again just to our right onto the rooftop here at Rentland Park. And the way the roof slopes, that ball will come back down to the crowd, as you hear.
I wonder how many hits on the noggin that's resulted in.
How many times has Kenny Minor done the Culver's foul ball read in the last 24 hours? Pop straight up, infield. Kunitake calls for it at second, hangs with it, makes the catch for the third and final out. That was a sky-high pop fly, but Kunitake makes the third out for Team Japan. So, Japan, that balk doesn't hurt him. They strand the runner at third, and Japan continues to lead 2-1 as they come to bat in the bottom of the 5th. This is your 2022 Colt World Series live from Marion, Illinois.
Yeah, we're hoping that the weather subsides. In fact, the weather has already had an impact on this tournament. The skills competition was supposed to be held Thursday night, and the rain pushed it back to Friday morning. The crew here didn't put up the fence until the rain subsided Thursday night. The event, though, went out without a hitch Friday morning.
There's a 70% chance of rain as of right now for tomorrow. And that is mainly before 8 a.m. We'll have to wait and see. 1-1, the count to Japan's Jinta Kashiwagi. He hits from the left side. That one's bounced in there. Kashiwagi in the game. This is his second plate appearance. Grounded out to second back in the third inning. Bats here in the bottom of the fifth. Japan leads this game 2-1. 2 runs on 2 hits for Japan. 1 run on 5 hits for Texas. Pop on the left side. Catcher Rodriguez throws the mask. Comes over and makes a nice one-handed grab for the first out here in the bottom of the fifth inning.
And that'll retire Kashiwagi for the second time this afternoon. And now a new hitter at the plate. Fujibayashi, the designated hitter, is out. And in.
Ayato Ishibashi is the batter.
And he bunts through. Strike one.
Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way from Torres. Alejandro steps, throws. Strike. 0-2. Nobody on with 1 out.
Torres working quickly.
Gets his sign and just tosses. How? Oh, my gosh.
Oh, a nice catch by the kid in the second row behind the home dugout.
Ishibashi, I don't know how he even hit that because he jumped. That pitch was so far inside, and he jumped back and swung, and Gardner hit it straight behind him into foul territory where the nice catch was made by the fans. Sign him up. Let him play the next game. 0-2 pitch. High and away.
If you can't do either, give him 2 tokens. That was right on the glove, right on the fly.
One ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Ishibashi at the plate. Chops this one toward short, charging hard, getting the throw. In time is Garza. 6-3 on the putout.
What a beautiful play by Garza, just charging in hard. All in one step. Motion to first.
So many times anymore you see an infielder especially, they'll take like 2 steps and stop and wait for the ball to come on him. Garza didn't do that. He continued to charge hard. Took his time, got a good throw, strong throw off. Kashiwazaki is the batter. Haruto Kashiwazaki. He walked and scored the first run of the game for Japan. That was back in the 3rd inning. Hits from the left side. Faces the 0-1 pitch. Takes it for a ball. 1-1. 2 down. Entertaining ball game. It's close. 2-1. Doesn't get any closer than that. Fouls that one. I guess a tie game would be closer.
Yeah, it'll be as close as it can get.
You only got to win by 1.
And some of Japan's players who were in the bullpen now making their way back to the home dugout.
Torres winds and fires. Curveball just misses outside. Doesn't get the call.
Trying to paint, missed the mark. Torres.
Evens the count at 2-2. Outfield shallow, straight away. Infield playing even at the corners. The ball taken outside for ball 3.
You know, the quickness of Torres just to get to the next pitch right away kind of reminds me of Carlos Zambrano back from
Called
third
third strike, got Kashiwazaki looking for the third out. So it's 3 up, 3 down for Team Japan here in the bottom of the 5th inning. We are going to head to the top of the 6th inning as Harlingen, Texas wants to try and tie this game up. Top of the 6th is on the way here at the home for the 2022 Colt World Series, Rent One Park. Top of the 6th inning, Harlingen, Texas comes to the plate. I'm explaining the premise of Mr. Destiny, the baseball movie, to Daniel. That's why he's laughing.
Oh, man.
I wished I would have done things differently at 15 years old in a championship game.
Hey, you know.
I was 12, actually.
I think we'd all have a reset button. If we had a shot at it, we'd definitely press it.
2-1 ball game here as Texas comes to the plate. Leading off is Omar Banda, and he lines this one into right center field for a base hit, drops it in there. And the leadoff batter is on. And that's going to bring up Hector Arellano.
Nice piece of hitting by Banda. Got it over the plate and took it up the middle. Didn't pull, just kind of went with it. Now Texas tying run over at first. And it looks like
hitter.
Yeah, it looks like Anthony Gomez, who served as a courtesy runner for Oscar Rodriguez early in this game. Anthony Gomez, not Gomez, Gomez. So Anthony Gomez will step into the dish in lieu of Hector Arellano.
Gamez. I did misspell it. It's Gamez. He bats here in the 6th inning.
I'm sure he gets the joke Anthony Games once in a while.
Games, yeah. So Gamez is going to bat from the 6th slot. Derek Garcia is scheduled to hit.
And meanwhile, for Japan, they're going to have a new pitcher come in. In fact, it's Kyuma Kunitake, who was just at second base, and now they're opting to put him on the pitcher's mound. So Kunitake, who started at short, moved to second, now is Japan's 4th pitcher of the afternoon.
See if we can get the stats here for Kashiwazaki.
I believe we have a new shortstop as well.
Haruto Kashiwazaki, through 1 inning, gave up 2 hits. He did not give up a run. And now it's going to be Kyuma Kunitake that comes in relief here in this 6th inning. We'll pick up the defensive changes as we can.
Yeah, the managers just trying their best to get everyone some playing time here in this game 1. It's a good thing that a lot of these guys can play multiple positions.
Well, you have to whenever you only are allowed 18 players on a roster. When you travel like they do, you can't bring, it's not like a major league roster where you got 24 players. So you have to be able to play multiple positions. You have to pitch. You have to be able to catch.
Now pitching for Saga Japan.
So,
For
Kuma Kunitake is the new pitcher. The right-hander looks in. Shia's in left. Ishibashi in center. Kashiwagi in right. The first pitch from Kunitake's taken outside for ball one.
And new third baseman Rintaro Ukon for Japan. Next offering, there's a bunt.
Gets it down. Boy, that was a beauty. The play is in time to first. Nice job by Kunitake to get over there, but that bunt was deadened, and it stopped right in fair territory. And Kunitake makes a nice play to get over to get the runner at first. The putout will be scored 1-3, and it does advance the runner in Banda. He goes to second.
And that was Gomez, who was in the pinch hitting role, who grounded out. And now it's Derek Garcia.
So Garcia digs in. Here is the 1-0 pitch. Right side, down the line. It's going to get down, fair ball. One run is going to score. That's going to tie the game at 2. As it is Garcia that pulls up at second with a stand-up double, an RBI double that ties this game at 2 here in the top of the 6th inning. He laced that right field line.
Yeah, brand new ball game, and what a good piece of hitting for Derek Garcia. Turned on one, an inside pitch, and he just drilled it down the line and left, giving some exercise for Japan's outfield. And now to try and add to the damage,
Armando San Miguel. A throw back at the runner at second in Garcia. Tie ball game. Texas has 2 runs on 7 hits. Japan has scored their 2 runs on just 2 hits. Neither team has committed an error. The pitch, it's fouled out of play to the left. Now an all-new ball game, tied up at 2 in the top of the 6th inning. Kuma Kunitake, the pitcher, looks in, gets his sign. The runner at second and Garcia looks in. Curveball, line toward left. It's going to get down. Here comes Garcia around third. He's going to score easily. They're going to make a throw to the plate, but it's way late. And Harlingen, Texas now has taken the 1-run lead. They're up 3-2.
big time hits from Garcia and San Miguel. It's the jolt that they needed after getting so many hits, not being able to drive their runners across from the second through the 5th. And now all of a sudden Texas is finding their groove, making it 3-2. And Japan wondering what they can do next.
And remember, there's just 1 out here in the 6th. Texas scored their first run of the game back in the 1st inning. They scored twice here in the 6th. Japan scored both of their runs in the third. And that was the 8th hit of the game for Harlingen, Texas. It's going to bring up the number 9 hitter,
Number 7, Alejandro Rodriguez.
Alejandro Rodriguez. Number 7 is the batter.
No relation to Alex Rodriguez, though he did say in his sheet that is his favorite player, Alex Rodriguez.
Long lost cousin?
Maybe.
He hits from the right side. Where's number 7? Here's the pitch. Chop back to the pitcher. Throws to second to get the lead runner. Nice play, smart play for Kunitake. So it's fielder's choice. The reach getting to first base by Rodriguez.
So Rodriguez will be on a fielder's choice.
The play went 1-4 on the putout of San Miguel at second base. That's the second out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the top of the order now. And that'll be Alejandro Torres. Torres in the game is popped out to the catcher. He's flown out to third. Both of those in foul territory. He's also doubled and got stranded at third back in the 5th inning. Hits from the right side with the runner on in front of him. Hits this in the air toward left. Ashia takes about 5 steps in, makes the catch for the third and final out. But how about Harlingen, Texas? They have scored 2 here in the top of the 6th to take the 3-2 lead. And Japan, from Saga Japan, is coming to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. This is your 2022 Colt World Series. It's live from Rent One Park in Marion, Illinois. Top of the order. As it's the bottom of the 6th inning for Saga Japan, it's going to be Sadaoki. Lines this one, base hit. First pitch and a line drive single up the middle for Oki to get things going for Japan as they just gave up the lead in the top of the 6th, and that's a good start for Japan.
Yeah, Oki opting to be aggressive on the first pitch. Nice shot back up the middle. And now it's number 4, Kyuma Kunitake.
Kuma in this game has walked. He's singled. And this will be his 3rd at bat. Hits from the left side with the runner on in Oki. Nobody out. Outfield straightaway as Torres took his time there.
Good pitch on the outside part of the plate to where Kunitake couldn't get it.
Kunitake has his left foot on the back of the batter's box. He holds the bat. He's going to square. He's going to show bunt. The 0-1 pitch, pulls it back, lines it down the left field line, just foul by about 2 feet.
And that would have put runners at the corners. Had it landed fair, Oki was near second when that ball dropped.
And there's nothing that'll get in your head more as a corner infielder when you see that batter square to bunt and then he pulls it back and swings away. He just happened to lift that one foul. He does again. He shows bunt. But they throw to first instead as Oki's able to slide head first back in and get a hand on the bag ahead of the tag. No balls, 2 strikes. Kunitake is the batter at the plate. Torres from the stretch throws back to first to check the runner, and he's back safely. Don't forget the nightcap game tonight. Gonna feature the Marion squad, the local team from Marion, taking on Greensboro, North Carolina. Greensboro won their first game yesterday, a blowout win over Aroma Park, 12-1. Runners off, throw down to second, not in time as he was able to slide in, and they're going to say he was safe as Oki got a great jump. They threw out on that one to try to gun him down, and it was the speed of Oki that gives him the bag at second.
Yeah, Oki, there was a similar play we saw earlier in the day where one of Japan's runners, I believe it was Fujibayashi, who went to steal second, and he went up standing, and he stepped off the bag just so suddenly, and he got tagged out.
Curveball misses from Torres. That sets the count at 2-2. So the runner is in scoring position in Oki. That could be the tying run for Team Japan. Torres looks back at Oki at second. From the stretch, the pitch on the ground toward the right side. They're going to score that a sacrifice as it was a 2-hopper to Garcia to retire Kunitake. 4-3 on the putout for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th inning, but that runner was able to advance, and he's just 90 feet away from scoring. And now it's going to be Kento Ishibashi that will come to the plate for Saga Japan.
Right fielder, number 2, Kento Ishibashi.
Yeah, this will be his 3rd plate appearance. Had the sacrifice in the first.
Strike right down the middle, 85-mile-an-hour fastball. Alejandro Torres still has some oomph in that pitch.
A lot of gas left.
3-2 ball game. Curveball misses low and away. Evens it up at 1-1.
And you wonder if Japan is thinking the same thing. Torres has been out here for quite a while. Wondering if they're betting on him maybe losing a little bit of control of his own.
Curve catches that outside corner.
It's
Beauty
hard,
of a pitch.
and it's hard to hit against that when you're getting that call in the outer third.
Has a late break to it as well. So Torres up 1-2, fouled at the plate, hung on to by the catcher Rodriguez, and the strikeout of Kento Ishibashi. With that runner at third, that is huge. Now there's 2 down.
Now batting for Saga
And in the
Japan,
game, that is only
number 7, Hibiki Ashiya.
the 4th strikeout. Is that right? Yeah, 4 strikeouts for Torres.
Yep. Yeah, 4 strikeouts against 2 walks on the day for Torres. Of course, those 2 runs, both earned. All runs have been earned in this game. Been pretty clean.
See if we can pick up the stats on Torres. Foul tipped at the plate. Evens the count 1-1. When you look at the pitching stats for Alejandro Torres, he goes by Ivan. He's thrown 5 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, allowed 2 runs. Both of those earned. The 1-1 pitch. Pop foul right above us.
Ivan Torres, a fan of Francisco Lindor and Russell Westbrook, and of the New York Yankees, trying to get out of this inning.
2 outs. The 1-2 with the runner at third. Up the middle, off the pitcher. Here comes the runner, and we are tied at 3. As it went off of the pitcher, Torres. He just couldn't get a hold of it. And that allows Sato Oki to score from third and tie this game at 3.
Yeah, that ball hitting off of Torres first, and then the shortstop for Texas, Garza, tried to barehand it, and the ball went under his right hand. I don't know if he had a shot at getting the man at first, but...
And I would think they'd score that a single. It's an RBI nonetheless.
Once again, we're knotted at 3.
Entertaining ball game. It's been close from the get-go. And batting now, Aaron Nagao. Nagao has popped out to center. He struck out swinging. Checks his swing and takes strike 1 there from Alejandro Torres. Outfield is straight away. With 2 outs, the infield playing back. Oh, just off the plate. That was 84 miles an hour from Alejandro Torres. He's not losing much steam, if any at all. From the stretch, the 2-1 pitch with 2 down. Curveball hit toward third. Beltran across in time to get the out at first. But Japan ties up the game here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And we're heading to the top of the 7th. We're tied at 3 live from Ritwan Park. We already took care of our warm-up pitches. We were waiting on you.
Now batting for Harlingen.
So it's going to be Carlos Garza to lead things off for Harlingen, Texas. New pitcher for Japan. And that first pitch is driven into the left field. The left fielder, Ashia, trying to short hop it, and it bounced off his glove. But fortunately for Japan, they keep Garza at first base.
Yeah, that's the longest single you're going to see in this
Yes, it
ballpark.
was.
I mean, that was tattooed by Garza. That was ticketed to left field. But credit Japan's left fielder, Ashia, running there quickly. And then as soon as he got the ball, just quickly threw it back to the infield, back to second. May have caught Garza off guard.
Didn't even get to announce the new pitcher for Saga Japan. It's Rentaro Yukon, who moves from third to the pitcher's mound. And I think he's asking for a rosin bag, and Nagao brings one over from the dugout.
Now batting for Harlingen, Texas, the first baseman, number 8, Diego Rivera.
Diego Rivera batting here in the bottom or the top of the 7th inning. As Yukon had the rosin bag right up next to the rubber on top of the mound, and the umpire's telling me he has to put it on the back side to where it can be hit. Everybody's set now. 3-3 ball game. Diego Rivera at the plate takes the first pitch away for ball 1 with the runner at first. Here's the 1-0. Wow, didn't miss by much.
A very close pitch.
75-mile-an-hour pitch from Yukon.
As you mentioned, the 5th pitcher of the day for Japan.
Diego Rivera grounded out twice to second and to third. Base hit, left side, knocked down by the third baseman. Strong throw across. Save!
Wow.
As the feet got tangled up of the first baseman Nagao and the runner in Rivera. And that was a bang-bang play at first base.
Yeah, it looked like from the naked eye that the throw may have beat him to the bag, but the umpire had a different point of view.
It was close. Rule that an infield hit. The runner Garza at first winds up at second. And everybody's okay. Oscar Rodriguez, the catcher, will come to the plate. Rodriguez in the game. Single, grounded out, popped out. His 4th appearance at the plate. Harlingen, Texas. 3 runs on 10 hits. That was the 10th hit of the game by Rivera. Japan has scored 3 runs on just 4 hits. 2 runners on. Rodriguez the batter. First pitch called strike. Outfield is playing straight away. First baseman Gao is a step in front of the bag. Even with the bag at third and Oki. Ball gets by the catcher. That's going to allow the runners to move up to second and third. Looked like a pass ball.
It was a big moment for Texas here in the top of the 7th with a chance to regain the lead. And then you'll hunt for 3 more outs. Well, now runners at second and third, nobody out.
Harlingen scored their first run of the game back in the first. They didn't score again until the 6th. That's when they scored 2. And they're threatening here in the 7th. Runners at second and third. Little ball lifted foul and out of play to the right. That was about 20 feet to the left. 2 runs scored.
That may have got a little assist from the wind. It's picking up a little bit, blowing north to south.
Everybody resets. Rivera, the runner at second. Garza, the runner at third. At the plate, it's Rodriguez. Yukon's pitch from the rubber, lifted toward right. That's going to drop for a base hit. One run is going to score from third. Runner holds up at third, and Harlingen, Texas has just regained the lead 4-3 on the little soft fly ball toward right. Drops in for a base hit.
And you kind of question the strategy of Japan's defense. All their infielders were at the edge of the inner grass, anticipating a ground ball. But, as they say, hit them where they ain't. And Rodriguez just poked it out into short right center field where there was nobody near that ball. The nearest man was in right field, but even then he knew he had to let it drop in front of him.
And with nobody out, it was a smart call by the coach for Harlingen, Texas, Tiarina, as he held up the runner at third. You don't want to make the first out at home. And so Harlingen has runners at the corners, and now it's going to be Omar Banda that comes to the plate. Or have we got a text, or a pinch. Coaches are going to text in their pinch hitters. No, that's not the case. But we do. It's actually Omar Banda that comes to the plate.
We still have lineup cards. Can we use like iPads or something?
You would think it would be a whole lot more efficient for us.
They're worried about the other team hacking the other team's lineup, I guess.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Center field. Going back on it. Oh, it gets Ishibashi was played in shallow, and it's going to be Banda rounding second. On his way to third, slides in with the triple, the 2-run score in Rivera and in Rodriguez. Big time hit by Banda.
And this was the moment that they were waiting for. They needed that big hit. They've scattered 12 hits throughout this game. Up to this point, only 4 runs to show for it. And Banda just gave it a ride to center field. Whereas as speedy as Japan is in the outfield, that ball was just ticketed further to where they were playing. And Banda with a sliding triple, 2-run triple. It's 6-3.
And as I look at the replay, I think Ishibashi took a step in. His first step was in, and by that time he was beat. As that one went all the way to the fence. A stand-up triple for Banda Jr. drives in 2. And now it's a 6-3 lead for Harlingen, Texas. And at the plate is Gomez. Anthony Gomez looking at an 0-2 count.
That 2-run triple, easily the biggest hit of this game.
Without a doubt. It's been a very, very good ball game here this afternoon. The pitch from Yukon strikes out Gomez.
That's just the first out.
First out, yeah. Gomez went down swinging. Now it's going to be Derek Garcia. Garcia with an RBI opportunity here, asked for timeout.
Infielders all playing in again.
They know they have to cut down that runner at the plate. So anything on the ground is coming home if they get a glove on it. Ball is in the dirt. Ishibashi tries to deke the runner at third, Banda, into thinking that he had lost the ball, but sneakily he had it in his glove. And Banda didn't bite. The 1-0 pitch. Yukon's pitch in the dirt again. Nice block by Ishibashi.
Been a tough day for Ishibashi at the plate back there.
Kinto. And then you also have
Ayato.
Ayato, yes. Here's the 2-0 on the ground. Fielded it short. Throw comes home. Sails the throw home as the runner scores from third. That's Banda. And what that does is that allows Garcia to round the bag at first and keep on it going, and he winds up at second base. So it'll be a single and an RBI. And then he'll take second on the throwing error from Koga at short. And that will be the first error of the game. And it comes here in the top of the 7th inning. And now, Armando San Miguel.
Number 10, Victor.
Just tells you how sound both of these teams are defensively. We just seen the first error of this game. It took till the 7th.
New pinch hitter. Chopper toward first. And that's out number 2. As that was number 10, Jose Macias. How do you help me out?
Jose Macias.
Macias. There we go.
There used to be a Cub named Jose Macias a long time ago.
The left fielder, number 7, Alejandro Rodriguez.
Alejandro Rodriguez hitting in the 9 slot. Comes to the plate with 2 down. The runner remains at third in Garcia. Yukon, the pitch. Curveball misses in. 7-3 is our score. 7 runs on 12 hits for Texas.
And Japan will have one last chance here in the home half of the 7th.
3 runs on 4 hits, 1 error. Just committed here in the top half of the 7th. Lifted this fly ball, foul territory, just out of the reach of first baseman Nagao as he came sliding into the wall.
And that's a dangerous area to attempt to play with that fencing there, and behind that fence is concrete.
Padding all around it, though, but you don't want to hit it full speed. I've seen guys do that. I've seen guys in this tournament do that in years past.
I've heard of one story in particular.
Down the left field line on the berm. The 2-1, ground ball toward short. Koga boots it. Error, E6, is going to allow Garcia to score from third.
And they've opened it up. 5 runs, a crooked number here in the 7th.
8-3 is our score, as Koga just couldn't field it cleanly.
I think it hit the heel of his glove.
And we're going to have a change defensively. Coming up, probably about 6:30, maybe actually pushing closer to 7 now. This game has gone on. It's 5. What time is it? It is straight up 6 o'clock.
Yep.
If you're in Japan, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Happy Sunday to you. Good morning. But at 6 o'clock, it was scheduled to be the Champions game. Special Olympic athletes participating with all of the teams on the field. That will still happen. But it was scheduled to be starting right now, so this will push the entire schedule back for the evening.
What else is new?
It's how things go.
When
you get up at 1 in the morning to go to work, that's the first thing. Of course it's getting pushed back. I got up at 4. I understand. Of course it's going to get pushed back. That is the best odds we could win at, not like the lottery, you know. Guarantee when you get up that early, things get pushed back.
I should have at least bought a ticket.
I did. I didn't win.
Well, obviously, or else I'd be by myself.
That's true. This is the 9th batter in the inning for Harlingen, Texas, and Alejandro Torres, top of the order. Hits from the right side, the runner on base, hit center field. Keep the line moving. We've said it 3 or 4 times today.
Batting around in this lineup. Really getting to Japan's pitching.
Saga Japan kept it close through 6. We're going to have a pinch hitter here for Harlingen. It's going to be number 23.
Emilio Martinez. So Martinez will eventually get into the box, and he will.
He bats from the right side. Where's number 23? Suddenly a blowout game here in the top of the 7th as Harlingen has scored 5 runs. 5 runs, 13 hits. Japan has 3 runs on just 4 hits. And that has just sucked the wind out of the sails of this Saga Japan squad. There's 2 down. Pitch called strike. Right on the outside corner.
Emilio Martinez out of Los Fresnos High School, Rancho Viejo, Texas, is his hometown. And that one fouled back by the 15-year-old. I like this answer. His favorite subject in school, lunch.
Lunch.
I think that was my favorite subject in school, too.
Man after my own heart right there.
If you fail lunch, see a counselor.
Emilio Martinez at the plate. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way from UConn. Curveball swings and misses for the 3rd out here in the 7th. So a lot of work to do for Saga Japan as they need to score 5 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. Will it be Alejandro Torres coming out to try to close this one out? We'll find out. Stay with four hits. And it is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitter. Oh, excuse me. Change sheets. Let's go with the 5, 6, and 7 hitters.
And Torres staying in this game. He has done a fantastic job. 3 runs on 4 hits.
Shihiro Tanaka hammers that one toward left field, base hit. And that's what Japan needs. They just need base runners. Whether by hit, whether by walk, it doesn't matter. And they're capable of it, as it's going to be Kashiwagi.
Number 9,
Genta Kashiwagi comes to the plate. With the runner on, Torres, Alejandro. You were talking about it off air. He's got to be getting close to the maximum pitches. And that may be it. As the coach for Harlingen comes out, Lario Torina.
Let's see if they change here or if he's just asking for a clarification. Doesn't look like he's going to switch anyone.
Nope.
Nobody in the bullpen. Nobody in either bullpen. There's no one in either bullpen. So I think this is Torres' inning.
To close out.
Unless they string together some base runners. And then
Yeah, here comes. Yeah, this is a pitch count issue. Here comes Steve Miller.
Steve Miller, the
And
tournament director.
the rule is if you reach the pitch limit in the middle of an at bat, you can finish that at bat. But you cannot start a new batter.
So if he's close and if he's at 94 and he's pitching to him, this will be his last batter guaranteed. And I think Miller is checking over with Harlingen's coach to see if they've been keeping track of their pitches. And I'm sure the Colt World Series officials.
They do track pitches.
Yeah, just to recap the scoring for you, 8-3 Texas, 1 in the first, 2 in the sixth, 5 in the seventh. Talk about a crooked number. That was a big inning for Texas, and for Japan, 2 runs in the third, 1 in the sixth. As we see some of the teams gathering here for that Champions game.
Tournament director Steve Miller went over and did talk to the head coach of this Texas squad. Now he's making his way over to Team Japan and the interpreter there to explain what's going on. Although there's not been any move to have a relief pitcher come on in place of Alejandro Torres. But you know how baseball coaches are. They'll wait until whatever's happening is going on. Then they'll walk out to delay the game just a little bit longer.
Definition, human rain delay. And now Steve Miller on the phone. And over there powwowing with home plate umpire and Japan's manager, Yutaka Furusawa. And the interpreter's there as well. Meanwhile, all across the infield, everybody in groups of 2 except for the pitcher. Torres, he's alone behind the mound. First base umpire with 2 of Japan's players over at first base chit-chatting it up.
So coming up at some point after this game, the Champions League game will take place with Special Olympics and all the teams here at this Colt World Series participating. And then it will be the nightcap game that will feature Marion taking on Greensboro, North Carolina. This will be the first game action for Marion in this tournament. Greensboro won yesterday their opening game over Aroma Park. That was 12-1. That's probably, at this point, probably a 9 o'clock start or somewhere around there. Then coming up tomorrow, Sunday, scheduled to have 5 games. Now, if you haven't heard, the Dominican Republic, the Caribbean Zone champ, was unable to make the trip here to Rent One Park due to travel issues. So the league was not able to find a replacement team, so the bracket stayed in place, and the Dominican games were a forfeit win for the Dominican opponents. They go on and score it as a 7-0 win because the games are 7 innings, 1 run per inning. That's how it's listed in the scorebook. Now, tomorrow morning, the 8 o'clock game is supposed to be, when you look at the bracket, the Dominican Republic and Germany. That's how it would have played out. But the Dominican's not here, so Germany does not have an opponent. Now that was a consolation game, and but Germany has been beaten twice, so they are eliminated from the tournament. So now the 11 o'clock game will be the first game, and that's going to be the loser of Game 7, and that's what we're playing right now. This loser of this game, if it stays the way it is, that would be Japan, would face Southern Illinois at 11 o'clock tomorrow. Then at 2 o'clock, it's going to be the loser of tonight's game between Marion and Greensboro that will play at 2 o'clock. And then you have, let's see here. That will be it. No, the 8 o'clock game would be the winner of Game 3. Let me look back. That would be Mexico. Why did I not write that in?
Yeah, so whoever wins the Marion-Greensboro game tonight will play Mexico in that nightcap tomorrow, Sunday night. And it looks like they did verify the pitch count, and it looks like Torres is out of this game, and there is a new lefty on the mound.
And what a game by Ivan Torres. He went 6 innings. He has allowed 5 hits, walked 3, struck out 4, allowed just 3 runs to Saga Japan. All 3 of those were earned runs. And he gets a nice round of applause as he leaves the field here. And we have a relief pitcher coming on, but Alejandro Torres just really pitched an outstanding game here this afternoon.
And number 3, the lefty on the mound for Texas, is Hector Arellano Jr. Arellano had begun the day in right field. Now he's being asked to close things out against Japan. And he'll be in the middle of an at-bat. Whenever Torres was taken out, it was a 1-0 count on Henta Kashiwagi. Earlier today, we saw Roma Park defeat Germany 8-6. One more game left at 8. Recapping day 1 of the tournament, Southern Illinois defeated Covina, California 6-1. As we mentioned, Greensboro with that 12-1 win over Aroma Park, and Mexico's 5-4 win over Paderborn, Germany.
So Hector Arellano is going through his final warm-up tosses. And I'm wondering if he gets as many as he wants to throw.
I think in this situation you'd have to.
Like an injury. That may be it, though.
And I wonder if that rule didn't apply, the one that you were referring to earlier, that if he is over the pitch limit but he starts a new batter, that he gets to complete the batter. But in this case, he leaves in the middle of a batter.
Yeah, we'll have to ask Steve about that because Arellano's coming in with a 1-ball, no-strike count, and there's nobody out. Runner at first is in Tanaka.
And now the Japanese manager,
Yutaka
Furusawa.
You can kind of tell what's going on here. Moments ago, Ariana Ariano, the umpire at second base, came in and told him he has to take the sleeve off of his throwing arm. And so he did so. And just now, the coach for Japan comes out, and Ariano had a tape around his right wrist. You can't have that. So he asked that be removed, and that's what's going on right now. So a little gamemanship.
Really anything deemed to be disturbing to the batter.
Yep.
And really it could be any little thing.
In girls' sports, they can't wear fingernail polish.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, even in cheer.
Probably a lot of acetone, nail polish remover.
Yes. All right, everybody's ready to go. Hector Arellano on the mound. First pitch called strike, 83 mile an hour. Fastball for the left-hander.
And remember, it's a 1-0 count that it started with since Torres left in the middle of the bat, so it's 1-1.
Yep. Tanaka, the runner at first. The pitch off the plate outside. 2-1 now. Outfield straight away. Don't forget about the score here. It's 8-3. 5 runs scored in the top of the 7th by Harlingen, Texas. Misses inside, runs the count now 3-1.
It's just one of the tough things about managing in a Colt World Series is the pitch count, managing the pitch count. And you just saw an example of what could happen if you lose track. The other manager can use that as a kind of a wild card.
Pitch. Misses Hoppen. That's a walk issue.
And Torres had been their best pitcher all day.
To Kashiwagi. And here's the thing. He is not eligible to pitch tomorrow. So it would be in the semifinal round if they were to advance that he would next be available. He has to rest for 24 hours. Ishibashi at the plate, trying to distract him with the little hop.
Interesting batting stance. He went down there like Robin Yount.
Yes, he did.
You didn't think I'd make that reference, did you?
Ayato Ishibashi is the batter.
And some fans really liking his moves at the plate. Getting a reaction from the crowd.
Do whatever you can. They need base runners. I get it. Whatever it takes. You don't want to lose this first game. Wow. Wow. I don't know how that was not a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Must have missed.
Low is all I can figure. 2-1 pitch. That's a strike.
Near the same spot as that last pitch.
Runners at first and second. Tanaka is the runner at second. Kashiwagi is the runner at first. A little half swing and struck him out for the first out. So that's going to bring up Hiratu Kashiwasaki. Nope, oh, I'm sorry.
I believe it's Ukon.
Ukon, yes.
Yeah, there's been a lot of changes today.
There have been.
Yeah. I'm hearing our wonderful announcer to our right just kind of double-checking, triple-checking who's where. Who's on first?
There's a lot of changes. In and out, moving here, replacing there, courtesy runners, pinch hitters, relief pitchers. Called strike. 84 mile an hour fastball. Right down the pipe. 1-2 now with 1 down.
And by far, we've seen Japan utilize the switches a lot more than any other team we've seen in the tournament so far.
Absolutely. Misses outside. 1 and 2. And I have flashbacks to when they were here in 2018, and I think they did the same thing back in 2018.
It's a nightmare for the stats crew and for the PA announcer, and of course, sometimes for us.
Ground ball could be 2. To short, steps on second, throw to first in time, and that concludes this game. 8-3 is the final score for Harlingen, Texas. 8 runs on 13 hits, no errors. Japan, 3 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors. That was a good ball game, but Harlingen pulls away late in the 7th inning as they score 5 runs to take this 8-3 win.
Man, you know, that big inning, we were talking about it heading into the 7th inning, that Texas just had all kinds of opportunities but squandered, and really a credit to Japan's defense and pitching, but that 7th inning all clicked for Texas, and that big hit, that 2-run triple from Omar Banda to deep right center field really shut the door on this one.
Harlingen, Texas is going to move on, the South Zone champions. So as we break out our handy-dandy brackets here in front of us, and you look at the winner of Game 7, Harlingen will now face Covina, California. That will be the 5 o'clock game coming up tomorrow afternoon here at Rent One Park. Tomorrow at 5, Covina, California will be the home team against this Harlingen, Texas team. Japan now moves into the loser slot of Game 7. And there it is. They will play Southern Illinois at 11 o'clock tomorrow. 11 o'clock. They'll be the visiting team in that matchup against the host team, Southern Illinois. 8-3 is the final score here in Game 7. So the Champions League game will be taking place here in just a few minutes, and then at some point this evening, and looking at the clock right now, I'm figuring maybe around 8:30, it will be the matchup between Marion and Greensboro. Should be a good ball game. Plenty of time for you to get here. Come out and enjoy a beautiful, beautiful Saturday night weather-wise in Southern Illinois. That's Daniel Valle. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, not
See
a
you
problem.
tomorrow.